I try to be as transparent and as honest as I possibly can be with you guys when it comes to my investments. So with that in mind, today I wanted to show you which of my investments are currently my worst performing. With all the market volatility that has been going on recently, and now with the whole Ukraine and Russia situation, things aren't too good when it comes to looking at your investment portfolio. So I just wanted to share with you my portfolio today to show you that mine too isn't going too well right now, but if you're in it for the long run, not to worry. I think it's really helpful when people share their portfolios online. I know it was really helpful for me right when I got started, because when it's going through market volatility as there currently is right now, it's quite easy to think that your portfolio is the only one doing badly, but actually it's not. I know my portfolio right now is really not doing very well, and some of this stuff that I'm going to share with you today shows you just how badly some of my holdings are doing. I'm going to split this up into two sections. So first we'll talk about my ETFs and index funds, and then we'll move on to my individual stocks. And I'm not going to include crypto in this video at all. If you've watched any of my Vanguard portfolio videos, you will know that I actually currently invest into quite a few different ETFs and index funds. But the one that's doing the worst right now is actually my S&P 500 ETF, which has the ticker symbol VUSA. Since the 1st of January, I am down by 8.02%. which equates to £139.17 that I'm down by since the 1st of January. And across the past 1 month, so from the 2nd of February to the 2nd of March, which is today's date, my S&P 500 ETF is down by 2.81%, which is a loss of just over £47. As I always say on this channel, I plan to invest long term. These are my long term investments, and I especially plan to hold the S&P 500 for as long as I invest, probably, unless something really changes. Obviously things can change, but yeah, that is an investment that I plan to hold and just continually add to it. So I am not panicked by this. I see it as an opportunity, if anything, but I'm sure if you invest yourself and you're watching this video, your portfolio has been hit pretty hard recently with everything going on as well. So it comes as no surprise, but I'm just going to keep investing, letting it do its thing, and just wait for the future growth. If you invest into a few different index funds and ETFs like I do, and you have one which is underperforming all the others right now, drop a comment and let me know which one that is. So now on to some individual stocks which I currently hold on a platform called Freetrade. As far as I'm aware, Freetrade show you how your investments have been performing across the entire time period that you have actually held that investment. So for that reason, I'm not going to be sharing how much I'm down by across the last 1 month. I'll instead just show how much I'm down by since I began investing in that particular company. And just quickly, I do have some free shares on Freetrade, thanks to you guys, but they're not all in companies that I particularly want to invest in. So quite honestly, I'm just waiting for a good opportunity to sell them, which is not right now as they're all in the red. Now, although a lot of them companies are down by a massive percentage, I only actually hold less than £4 in each one, and I don't want them anyway, so I'm just not going to include them in this video. And like I said, I'm just waiting for a good opportunity to sell them. But yeah, I don't think Freetrade are doing free shares any longer, but thank you to everyone that did use my link when it was possible to do so. The first stock in my Freetrade portfolio that is down by the largest percentage compared to all other individual stocks I have on my Freetrade portfolio is actually a company called Astrospace. And I am down by 74.23%. It's not all that bad because I only actually invested £5 into this company, which means I'm currently at a loss of £3.69. So actually, if I did invest, let's say £1,000 or £10,000 into this company, nearly 75% decrease would have hit me a lot harder. When I invested into this company, I was very much a beginner and I was new to Freetrade and getting used to investing into some individual stocks. So I just threw £5 in there for the reasons that I'll explain in a minute. Yeah, that's why 75% decrease hasn't really hit me too hard and I've not even lost £4. Astrospace really have not been doing well. They haven't been doing well for quite a while, and if you didn't know, they actually went public via a SPAC, and soon after that a lot of the early investors sold off their positions and bagged their profit, and that drove the stock price down a bit. And then following that, they experienced lots of delays with their launches, and when they did their debut launch, which I think was part funded or full funded by NASA, it misfunctioned, and the 4 satellites that they sent up actually just went back down into the ocean. So of course that decreased the share price even further. But basically I invested into this company, and I actually planned to continually invest and dollar cost average into this company, but I didn't end up doing that, which I'm kind of glad about now, but maybe they're a good opportunity for the future. Anyway, I'm blabbling on. But yeah, I invested into Astrospace because I saw the space sector as a real opportunity for growth. Astrospace, if you didn't know, is basically a small rocket launch company, and they help to get satellites into lower orbit. They try to keep their costs as low as possible and use really simple materials and things like that, so that they have the opportunity to scale up big time. They want to get themselves to a place where they can send a rocket into space as easily as you can send a parcel from one place to another on Earth. It's one of those investments for me that I haven't really done much follow-up research on, and I've kind of just left it there to do its thing. Haven't added any more money to it, and yeah, it's just sort of there, and I don't really know what to do with it right now. But as I'm down by 75% or near on, I'm not going to sell it right now. The next company on my Freetrade portfolio that is not doing very well, and this will come as no surprise to many of you, I'm sure, is Rivien. They are an electric car company. Many people got very excited about them a few months ago, about the whole idea that they may do as well or better than Tesla. I don't think that's the case. But basically, for me, I saw the electric car sector as something that's really going to grow in the future. I think it is the future. Yeah, I think there's got to be some competitors to Tesla. I'm not particularly saying that Rivien is going to be that competitor. I just thought I would put some money into them just in case. I am currently down by 48.02% on this one, which is a loss of £9.55. I only invested £20 to begin with, so it's also not too bad. But the next one I invested a lot more into, so yeah, stay tuned. My third worst performing stock that I have on my Freetrade portfolio is Palantir. This one's down by 41.5%. which is a loss of just over £41 for me. And I'm sure you can do the maths, but I invested £100 into this one originally. Unlike the other two that I've just mentioned, I do really like Palantir, and I think they're a really promising company, especially the commercial side of the business. This is of course just my opinion, and lots of people also really dislike Palantir, so definitely do your research. The Q4 results, which came out not too long ago, showed a commercial growth of, I think it was 132%, which is incredible. And the commercial growth revenue was growing every single quarter in 2021. So I don't plan to sell out of this position anytime soon. I do think the share price of this company will probably be affected by everything that's happening right now with the Ukraine and Russia situation. I obviously don't know how it's going to be affected, and I'm sure lots of companies and markets all around the world will be too. I really hope this video has made you calm down a little bit about your own portfolio if it's also not doing too well. You know, it's good to be transparent, I think, and especially for beginner investors. If you feel comfortable doing so, then please feel free to leave a comment and let me know which of your investments is currently doing the worst. And if you want to see my latest Vanguard portfolio update, then click here.